Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Firstly, I'm so sorry for being gone for like a month. I kind of slipped into like a season of depression is really what it was kind of like. I've never experienced that before, so it was kind of difficult for me to navigate, but I'm feeling a lot better. I feel motivated to do all of the things again, and I am in the reading mood, so I'm really excited. Number two, I chopped off my hair. I hope you like it, and if you don't, I can't go back. But I'm here to talk about all of the books that I'm hoping to read in August. I'm hoping that August is going to be a really good month for me. I'm kind of transitioning into fall thriller books because as soon as August hits, it feels like fall for me. So but I think I have like 10 or 11 books that I'm hoping to read this month. You can kind of see them in this area, but just pretend you don't. Also, another announcement, this is important. There will not be any book club picks for the Coffee Break Book Club this month. Sydney and I are going to be taking the month off just to kind of get our reading spark back. There won't be any picks this month. Feel free to read whatever. We do hope to be back in September, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the books I want to read in August. First things first, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Still haven't read this. I didn't read anything in July, so there will not be a July wrap-up video, but I would like to fold this over into August if I can, because I did really enjoy what I read. Again, I lost motivation to read, so nothing sounded good, but I was enjoying this when I was reading it, so I do plan to pick this back up and read this again. And then I also have My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. Also want to read this one. Not sure what the live shows are looking like for it. Hopefully I will be in the reading mood and we'll be able to read this, but I am super excited about this one. I've heard a lot of people in the Discord have really liked it, so I'm excited to figure out what my thoughts are going to be. I also put 2 mangas on my TBR. This is the Waiting for Spring. This is volume 1 and volume 2, because I feel like it's a good idea for me to have like some manga / graphic novels on my TBR this month, since I haven't been reading as often as I've wanted, and I feel like this will kind of help kickstart that if I'm struggling at any point throughout the month. So I put these on my TBR. This is a romance manga, so I'm excited for these. Jody here on BookTube talks about these a lot, so I'm hoping to love these. And then I also have Death Note. This is the black edition, so this is technically volume 2, but it includes volume 3 and 4. So I've read the first one already, so I want to read this one. I just love these black edges. Look at that. Super excited about this. I really liked the first one, so I'm really excited to see where this one goes. I actually ended up enjoying the first one more than I thought, so I'm really excited to get back into this. Also, another random thing as to why I've been absent. I just came back from summer camp. My husband and I lead the youth ministry at our church, so basically the middle school and high school students. We meet every Wednesday night, play games, have fun, you know, talk about Jesus, whatever. We just took them to summer camp in Lookout Mountain, Georgia, and it was awesome, but that's another reason that I was absent too. We were there like this past week, so that was really fun, but that was also another life update that I felt like was necessary. I haven't just been like gone for no reason. There was a reason for some of it. Next, I have a thriller. This is Firstborn by Will Dean. So this was one of the book of the month picks for July, so for last month. This, I have no idea what it's about, but it was one of the only ones that sounded interesting, so I'm gonna read this. The last thing a twin expects is to be alone. Molly lives a quiet, contained life in London. Naturally averse to risk, she gains comfort from security and structure. Every day is the same. Her identical twin, Katie, is her exact opposite. Gregarious and spontaneous. This is kind of funny because I have a sister named Katie, and she is exactly like this. They used to be inseparable until Katie moved to New York a year ago. Molly still speaks to her daily without fail, but when Molly learns that Katie has died suddenly, she is thrown into unfamiliar territory. Katie is part of her DNA. As terrifying as it is, she must go to New York and find out what happened. As she tracks her twins' last movements, cracks begin to emerge. Nothing is what it seems, and a web of deceit is closing in around her. So, sounds super interesting. I really like thrillers that take place with like that sisterly kind of character development. I really love that, like a sister going after a sister. It's one of the main reasons that I love Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. That whole like one of the sisters gets murdered and the other one, you know, tries to figure out who did it, which is also, they were also twins in that book. So I think I just have a thing for twin sisters, but super excited about this one. I also really do like the whole vibe of this cover. So That's a side note, but definitely another reason why I'm reading it. Next up, I have A House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. So if you don't know, Riley Sager is one of my all-time favorite authors. I've read almost every single one of his books except this one and The Last Time I Lied. I need to read that. But this one I'm super excited for. I actually did start this. I'm on page 45. I attempted a 24-hour readathon last month. It did not work. So I did read 45 pages last month. This one sounds super interesting. Be careful what you watch for. Casey Fletcher, a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press. She's retreated to the mountains, armed with a pair of binoculars and several bottles of bourbon. She passes time by watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple living in the house across the lake. One day on the lake, Casey saves Catherine from drowning and the two strike up a budding friendship. The more they get to know each other and the longer Casey watches, the more it becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage isn't as perfect as it appears. Catherine suddenly vanishes. Casey immediately suspects Tom of foul play. What she doesn't realize is that there's more to the story than meets the eye, and that shocking secret can lurk beneath the most placid, I don't know, of surfaces. Sounds super interesting. I can tell you already that from what I've read, it is super interesting, and I am really, really excited to finish this one. Also, it does give like the perfect creepy vibes, for one, because it has this like before and after, or before and now, I think. But look at how cool that is. Like, it definitely gives like the creepy woods, foggy mountain vibes, but then I also love how they had it reflect like off the water. This definitely reads like a movie, I will say. So if you're into books that read similarly to a movie, you would probably really enjoy this. Also, if you love Riley Sager, why not read it? That's what I'm doing. Okay, another romance, kind of. Pack of the Moon by Kristen Higgins. So this one I have decided to read because the two characters' names, Josh and Lauren, that is the names of my parents. This is more of a tragic story than my parents have. My parents have a beautiful marriage, still married today. They've been married for 20 years. And they are still going strong. They have probably one of the most healthy marriages I've ever witnessed in my life. So it's a great model for me. This doesn't necessarily go that way. They are newlyweds. They're, you know, the perfect couple. And then Lauren is diagnosed with a terminal illness. And so as her disease is progressing, she is writing these letters for her husband so that when she dies, for his first year, like without her, he has a letter per month to kind of help get him through that first year. And she kind of, in those letters, is encouraging him to pursue love again. So from a visit with a psychic medium to a kiss with a woman who isn't Lauren, as his grief makes room for laughter in new relationships, Joshua learns Lauren's most valuable lesson: the path to happiness doesn't follow a straight line. Seems really cute. I did start this one also last month, I'm realizing. I only got to page 19 and it was definitely sad. So I think that's why I ended up putting it down, is that I wasn't in the mood for anything sad. But this is definitely a sad one, but I'm sure it will be really heartwarming at the same time. So looking forward to this one. It definitely was not the romance that I was expecting. I didn't even read the synopsis. I just bought it because the characters' names were Josh and Lauren, which I don't recommend doing that. The next three books that I have, you guys might be shocked, but they're fantasies. I know. I haven't read a fantasy in probably January. Like, it's been a long time, and it's just because I haven't had great luck with fantasies, so I've really been turned off by them and just not wanting to read any of them. I found a few on my shelf that I wanted to try and pick up and read again. The first one is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I read, this is the third book in the Mortal Instruments series. I read the first two, and I did really like this series. It's definitely young for sure, but I kind of want that right now. I put this on my TBR. I think it's gonna be good. Hopefully, I really hope that I get some good fantasies this month, or I might just stop reading fantasy altogether for the rest of my life because I just can't seem to find a good one. So if you know of a fantasy that's really, really good, please comment down below and let me know so that I can buy it and read it. Next up, I have Truth Witch by Susan Dennard on my TBR. Also think this is going to be really fun. It is YA, which makes me like a tad bit nervous, but I think it'll be good. This says, Sophia is a truth witch, able to tell truth from lie. It's powerful magic that many would kill for. So, I don't know, must hide her gift lest she be used as a political pawn. Iseult, maybe, I don't know these names. I'm going to have to look these up. A thread witch sees the emotional ties that entangle the lives around her, but she cannot see her own. She has a cool, wary balance to Sophia's hot-headed impulsiveness. Sophia and Iseult just want to live their own lives, but war is coming to the Witchlands. With the help of Prince Merrick, a wind witch, The friends must fight emperors, soldiers, and a wicked blood witch, all who will stop at nothing to get their hands on a truth witch. Sounds really fun. I'm really here for like this whole thing. Like I don't know, I've heard people rave about this series, so I'm excited to try it. We'll see where it takes me. And lastly, the book that I'm most excited for, and I definitely am going to be starting today, and that is Zodiac Academy, The Awakening as Told by the Boys by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Super excited about this one. This says the Vega twins are alive. Okay, so here we go. We have some more twins. There's something with me and twins. Those 5 words circle in my mind like an oncoming storm. They change everything about the future we thought had been set in stone. They challenge everything we were raised to be and the stability of their entire kingdom. They're coming to our academy looking for the life that was stolen from them. But we can't let them take it back. So much hangs in the balance, and we can't risk the arrival of 2 naive princesses destroying everything we worked so hard for. I've trained in dark magic, overcome all challenges, and stood in the shadow of Lionel, a crux far too long already. I won't let them come between me and his downfall, which means they have to go before they discover how powerful they truly are. Super excited about this. I literally haven't not heard people talk about this. Like I feel like this is like the hot topic right now. This is definitely a chunker. It's like, yeah, it's like 550 pages. Like, I mean, it's pretty thick. But it seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun, and it seems like it's exactly what I'm wanting right now. And I also really love like this whole stuff. I think it's like specifically like for the characters. I don't know, I just think it's so cool. Hopefully this is something that I'm gonna end up loving and have a great time with, because I would love to read the whole series, obviously. That is my pretty hefty TBR for this month. I'm super excited for everything that's on my TBR. I'm hoping that I will stay in this mood of reading so that I can get some content out for you guys. I promise I'm doing my best. I'm just trying not to drive myself deeper into a pit, which is why I'm trying to loosen up a little bit as far as content goes. But hopefully I'm back and we'll be able to make lots of videos for you guys this month. Let me know in the comments if there's any specific videos that you would like me to make. I will be happy to do so. And if you're still here and you haven't subscribed, you should do that. It's pretty fun when I'm around. I promise I don't disappear often. I just kind of have, I have high expectations for myself. So when I'm not here for like a week, I kind of beat myself up about it. So I'm trying not to do that since I was gone for like, you know, almost a month. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna love reading again and it's gonna be amazing. But that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys so much and I'm so glad to be back.